All right, so we have here very well Nova Squadron player
Jeremy Howard.
Jeremy Howard versus our very own Marcel Manzano.
This is a matchup.
I'm not gonna lie, I am very biased. I lost to Jeremy in the third or fourth round of Swiss due to my friend Raul getting blown up. I mean, he had me in arc with Bosk by the width of a fingernail, and I died. Oh, here, come around, Jeremy, come around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to say hi to the people back at home?
Hey, what's up, guys? Going to the bathroom, so I came by to say hi.
we're next to the bathroom.
Yeah, it smells up here, and not because of the bathroom.
Oh. And we were just giving you some love.
I know. I gotta switch it up and go the other way now.
You want to maybe talk about what's going through your head before this match?
Well, I lost to Marcel in Swiss, so I'm going to change my strategy a little bit. We told it both a little bit on the board and engaged, and I kind of wasn't in range ones this time because they're Palestine. And just let the dice aside. Use my abilities on the ships to their advantage and see if I can take a jump off the board before it shoots and then kind of do some cleanup.
But yeah, I mean, you having two ships of higher pilot skill, you control that opening engagement. If you have good dice rolls with modifications, you can definitely take one down.
Yeah, with dropping agility and stuff like that, if I roll well, I can, like I said, take one down before it shoots. And hopefully that'll be with range one, not taking some torps.
Yep, and I know his fist, like we were saying a couple minutes ago, I know your list firsthand. It's nasty, it hits hard, and we'll have to see what happens. Good luck to you, man.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Good luck.
We're gonna let him go get in the zone. This casting experience has been great. Players are being really friendly. They're talking. They're doing what we need to on the dice camera and talking to the mic. Shout out to all the players when you watch this in the future. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
I've said it to a few people off camera. I'm having more fun doing this than flying ships.
I mean, if this kind of stuff is your thing, yeah. I mean, I love it too. I mean, that's why I started the podcast. Oh man, I'm pumped for this match.
Let's go through for people that haven't seen Marcel's list. Possibly, let's talk about Marcel's triple scout list. Obviously, they nerfed it with changing the R4 agromech timing, and they nerfed it again with the Deadeye timing, and now we're into Marcel continues to try to keep this list alive. He is not letting go of his triple jump masters.
Well, and I think here's the thing, right? He has the R4 agromech. He's going to get his target locks. Without the damage with mitigation of more agility, Marcel's 2 dice turrets, and he's going to be trying to get in range 1. 3 dice turrets are going to be a big deal. I really do think, like we were talking about here with Jeremy, if he can drop a jump before it gets to shoot, he's won the match. I think right there. If he can drop 1, that's it. If he doesn't drop it in the first engagement, I think it goes really hard towards Marcel.
I agree with that. I agree. I think the first engagement's going to be key. Also, what blocks Marcel can get out in that first engagement, and what the range of that first engagement is.
And that's Marcel is okay with jousting. He really is, because he is a big fan of the block. And here's the thing: even if Jeremy can manage to really hurt one of the jump masters, if it's still alive, even with 1 hull point, that is now his bump master.
Absolutely. And with Intel Agent, it makes it even 2 of these ships have Intel Agent.
Both of them.
Let's talk about Marcel's list. The 3 scouts are almost identical. They all have guidance chips, plasma torpedoes, a tiny mine link to pass around the focuses, and the R4 agromech. The only difference is on 2 of the scouts, it does have Intel Agent, bringing his list to 100 points.
What would you say is the primary target for Marcel? Like, what ship should he kill first? What do you think?
Well, let's talk about Jeremy's list. He's flying Ketsu and Bosk. Ketsu's going to have Push the Limit, K4, Engine Upgrade, the Title, Glitter Stim, and Burnout Slam. And Bosk is also fully kitted out with Crack Shot, Mangle Cannon, Inertial Dampeners, Dangar, Zuckus, and 4-Bomb. Wow.
That's a lot.
Initially, I'm saying I feel Bosk. I feel like if I could drop Bosk early, less agility, right? doesn't the Shadowcaster has 2 agility, right?
Shadowcaster has 2 agility.
You have a chance to get through Bosk's 12 hit points maybe a little bit faster, take that larger firing arc out, and then force Ketsu to have to change the mobile arc and try to outfly.
How much money do I owe you? Because I'm taking the water.
No, you want to say hi to the people?
Hi to the people. I'm going to be on mic over there, so I'll say hi to
Okay.
people.
Marcel just swung by to
To steal some of my water. It's fine. He's my friend.
speaking of that. I'll take one.
Would you like water? The Gold Squadron podcast live stream is powered by Roundy's Water. Water. That's good.
Thank you. In the other game, if you're just tuning in, our other top 4 match is Nick Tobin versus Kyle Adams. Kyle Adams, you just saw on the stream, flying Dash Miranda, and Nick Tobin is flying the Asajj Caleb Manifest. We'll try to get live updates during the game, so we can bring you updates on the other game that you're not going to be able to see as we move ever so closer to our championship matchup.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to see if I can... we're going to start rock placement here. Let's go to our screen here. All right, looks like Marcel. Marcel's placing that first rock. Got initiative there. They're both at 100, I believe. Yes. They all brought asteroids. And it looks like Marcel is opting for trying to widen the playing field. He 2-2'd 2 of the rocks in the corner there. I think he's just trying to get them out of the way to prevent Ketsu from using engine upgrade and getting out of there.
Next wave players get time in the ground. Nation turn around.
Alright, we're trying to figure out where the mustachio goes. Alrighty, so Marcel's gonna place those jumps now. I think they're the same levels.
8.
I think they're both 7.
Bosk is a 7.
7. You can VIF them tonight. Alrighty, so Marcel is setting up in that bottom left-hand corner, his right side. Putting a spacer in between each of those, front of range 1. And taking the one on the outside, you will notice on the on his list, I do have the jumps labeled red, silver, and other, since they're all the same. But he does have them colored, so it's easy to identify which one took damage. So they are setting up right across from each other. I'm going to move the dice box right here up in the middle because it looks like we might have, like Jeremy said, he's like, I'm going to just joust them.
And as you mentioned earlier, Marcel doesn't mind having a joust, so
He
we
doesn't.
could see a very quick top 4 matchup here.
You know, I've seen Marcel do this opening before. He's going to move those jumps up, hard turn the other one in, and he can basically use either one of the front, the red or the silver, as a blocker, and set up the torpedoes with the back one.
Which of the contracted scouts does not have intel engine? Do we know?
I think they all do.
No, that would bring it to 101 points. Oh, one doesn't have extra munitions.
Yeah.
My apologies. The normal painted one is the one without extra munitions.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the other.
Okay. No, we know that for sure. I'm surprised you put the one without extra munitions in the back.
Oh, duh. I should probably go double check that.
We'll find that from the table.
You got it right. You got it right.
The screen is correct. The extra munitions is not on the normal painted jump.
I've helped him practice this list, so I was pretty sure about that.
Well, okay, give me some insight then. For a guy who hasn't played against Marcel in this particular build, why would you put the ship furthest away, not have the extra munitions? That to me, that would be the one that has the best chance of shooting twice.
Well, because what he's going to do, if he can get the torp off in the opening engagement with the front ones, he can then sloop out and then get a second torpedo off. The one that's going to be in the back, he'll get the first torpedo off and then stick it in there as a blocker. That's what he's going to be trying to do. That's his modus operandi.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Alrighty, Jeremy here is not going too hard, not too aggressive. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna hide the dice box till we need it. See the die. You can see the kind of see what the board state is there. If you haven't seen it yet, that's where our asteroids are.
Away from the combat.
Away from the combat. I think.
We're going to see which of these lists joust better.
Yep.
No shots in this first round. Marcel's got the setup he wants.
Yep.
Jeremy Howard, based on the interview we just talked about, I think he's got the setup he wants.
I think so too. I can definitely see not Asajj. Sorry, we've seen Asajj a lot today. We can see Ketsu going in there hard right now because a block, like if Ketsu can get a bump, purposefully get a bump, well, you know what? His arc is pointed full front. It has to be. We'll kind of have to see. Range 1 engagement. We're just going to joust. Let's just see what happens. I have no idea.
The question's going to be how fast do you go on both sides?
Yep. And here's the thing.
I feel like I think one of these jump masters, probably the purple one's going to probably do a 3 bank and then barrel roll in, basically just come in, could be in an angle and take up all the real estate in the world.
Yep. Would a 5-4 clear that?
I don't think so, not with the angle. Or maybe a 2 bank with a barrel back. I mean, it's when you have a large base ship in an angle, you just take up so much real estate for the large base
Yeah, it's
ship.
an extra like half a base distance in the corners.
You really don't leave a whole lot of room. And I believe the fastest the slaver can go is a 4 straight.
Yeah. But here's the argument. Does Marcel want a block? Because he would want as many guns as possible.
Coming to bear.
Coming to bear, yeah.
Here comes the moves from the jump master.
2 forward. That's my guess.
Going 3 bank with a barrel.
Oh, called it. He's not going to let Jeremy joust. That's a pretty good position. All right, here we go. We're going to go for the barrel roll. want to block Ketsu and have all 3 shots probably on that slaver.
Yes, sir.
No, I have yellow and white.
Or get the double block.
You can cover.
And from my experience of playing Jump Masters, this is he's just taking most of all the action economy away from Jeremy's list. He does have the K4 droid, so he'll be able to take a target lock if he went green with Ketsu.
And taking up all that space, he's going to get Intel Agent to proc next turn, and he'll get to decide where he wants his barrel rolls to be. And he's on the record saying that he truly believes that barrel roll is better than boost. And for blocking purposes, absolutely.
And on a large base ship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nasty. Does he take a target lock? He does.
Taking the target lock.
That'll be a set of torps, I'm sure. It doesn't look like Boss is going to have anywhere to fit that's going to be in the range 1 band. And he may have range 3 here to Bosk as well. Nope, he's going to focus him up. Give everyone focus tokens.
Yep. Well, now the guy with the torpedo has a target lock to spend for the attack, and then has the focus token to modify a dice, which would then give him another target lock with the R4 agri-mech and be able to modify that.
Correct.
And then guidance chips.
We're going to have a bump here, as expected, on Ketsu. Looked like it was green. It was a green 3, so he will get a target lock.
Calls K4. He's probably going to go for the silver one.
Yep. The Slaver also bumps. Oh, he's choosing the dampeners here. We will allow him to have shots. You blow your dampeners and shoot on the red contracted scout.
I don't know. I think I just go forward and try to focus fire on the silver one.
I would agree. So right now, the only contracted scout that has a target lock is the silver one.
Correct. But after this turn, they all will have a target lock. After spending the focus.
For next round.
For next round, yeah. And that's what he wants. He wants to be able to swoop out and then have range 2 and pop you. He's going to go forward. Does it bump? Here we go. We'll take the...
It does. Oh, wow. It does not bump. That's a game changer.
Yep.
He is going to get his action. He takes a focus token. I think he's going to be able to focus fire now onto the silver Jump Master.
But you know what? With it not being a bump, I still think that this does give some favor to Marcel because he can focus fire on the slaver.
Yes, now he has 3 shots on the slaver instead of just 2.
Yep. And if it's range 2, he gets the torpedo. If it's range 1 from the silver one,
He gets 3.
he's gonna have a 3 dice. Target lock focus.
So Bosk is targeting. It looks like he's choosing the silver Jump Master. We're going to get a range check here.
He's thinking about glitter stem.
I don't think I would use that on Ketsu here, just because no one's showing a Ketsu.
Yeah,
Save that for when you got a whole bunch of torps coming into you.
for sure. He's doing it.
He is going to put glitter stem on and take a stress.
I think he's more doing it for the offense.
Yep.
Trying to get him to spend that focus.
So Ketsu's going to shoot first. Range 2. To the silver Jump Master.
So hit
Looks like
crits.
hits and 2 crits. It's going to come in.
He did throw
A focus,
but it
choosing not to spend it.
Yep.
So the silver one loses 3 shields.
And he does get a tractor beam token from the title.
Yes, sir.
I already put her
So 3 more hits coming in.
2 hits and a crit.
So figure out what you want. You should get something. Really?
Crack shot is spent.
Okay. So he's going to crack, it sounds like. Oh, he's thinking about maybe breaking that crit into 2 more
2
damage.
hits.
So he did crack it. We know he uses crack shot. So he'll lose the shield and go down to 2 hull.
Yep.
Took 4 damage from that attack. Here come the plasma torpedoes. And there's four coming in, and it was a blank. So the slaver loses 4. The gray jump master is going to shoot now. It is range 2.
That's good gamemanship there. Marcel thought it was a 3. Said, hey, let's check it. And it actually was a 2.
So 2 hits coming in, and it's blank. That means the slaver's shields are down to 0. And now the jump master that did not actually bump it, they have the slaver bump it, shoots range 1. 3 hits. All dice, all hits, all day from Marcel here. And all blanks from the slaver. That takes the slaver down to 3 hull. He pushed through 9 damage.
That is a ton.
Every single red die Marcel rolled because of the modifiers he had. And he acquired target locks from all of the ships because he was spending the focuses. Great round for Marcel.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage, huh?
Perfect dice. The silver jump master's down to 2 hull. The other 2 jump masters are still full.
Bosk has 3 left, right?
Yep.
Wow. So Jeremy said he was gonna just straight up joust them. We'll see. See what happens here. So for those of you watching, all these games we put up on our YouTube channel. YouTube, look up Gold Squadron Podcast. We're currently looking for, we need 100 subscribers before we can actually brand it officially youtube.com/Gold Squadron Podcast. So if you could do us a favor, hit subscribe so that we can get that rolling. We're planning on bringing out a lot more video content here in the next few months. We're going to be streaming more games. We're going to be bringing this entire setup to Worlds. We'll have several different commentators and different podcasts just kind of helping out, but we're going to bring more games to the people. I know people want CX-Wing, so we're going to do the best we can to bring that as many places as we can.
We have an update from the other matchup of Kyle Adams versus Nicholas Tobin. Unlike this matchup, they are playing very calculated and slow. They're actually moving into their first round of engagement right now. So we'll probably have some more updates on Shield and Hull on that soon.
So we got Lyle standing by here. Lyle, do you think Marcel won that opening engagement?
Yeah. I think Marcel's got it. Unless this changes, he's definitely got the advantage.
All right, here we're going to see what happens. Going to move the dice box over here. He did Intel
I
Agent.
know one. Okay. Do you want fries? Yeah. You want fries?
All right, Marcel's doing a hard one.
Making sure that slaver has nowhere to go.
Well, the slaver can't stop.
The slaver does still have the dampeners because he did not use it last round.
Going for the sloop. Just a 2-bang. Yep.
It is the white sloop. Ooh.
Oh. Party foul.
Again, if that slaver sits still now, it's going to take 3 dice.
Is there any maneuver here that can have the slaver hit both of them?
No, but I think he can burnout slam. If Marcel's silver one does not move in from the block, yeah. So I think Boss can burnout slam now, like a 3 forward and then a.
The burnout slam is on Katsu.
Oh, it's on Katsu. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
He has dampeners.
I mean, 1 forward here. He's probably thinking about barrel roll.
Oh, he took the focus, so looks like we did get the block in on Bosk.
Oh, Boss is gonna die.
Yeah, Bosk is going to take a lot of dice here and probably be removed. He only has 2 hull remaining. And Ketsu, unless Ketsu went 4 or 5 straight, I also think Ketsu's going to get blocked.
That silver one's damaged, right?
Yeah,
The silver one is down to 2 hull.
It's probably gonna die.
that's a pretty good trade though. Boss for 1 jump master.
No doubt.
And he also gets a block in with Ketsu.
Jump Masters, I think, are the best blockers in the game.
This is an interesting thing for our viewers. I've had this happen, not personally myself, but to an opponent of mine. When you're flying large base ships, you don't necessarily always want to start right directly on the edge of the board, because as you get blocked and as you sort of get turned, there's a potential that you could actually get blocked off the board with a minor movement.
Yeah, your edge could go off. And look how close he is here.
Exactly. If he started on the edge like some players will do, he'd have lost that ship right there.
Yeah, that's a pro tip there, Darwin.
So they're checking on the tractor beam token.
It's out.
He does not get to assign a tractor beam token.
That's huge. He has a unmodified shot on that one. No target lock, I believe. The target lock is on. Oh, he rolls out the box.
There we go.
Down. Is that hit crit?
Yep.
Double damage.
All right, he's gone.
The crit was enough to remove the silver contracted scout. So the regular painted U-boat will shoot.
Ooh, that's
3
a
hits
crit.
coming in.
3 hits.
And that'll be enough to kill Bosk. So like we talked about, we traded a jump master for a slaver, advantage Marcel. Now we'll have plasma torpedoes coming in from the red scout. And guidance chip that into a hit.
Focus.
4 hits.
So good.
Only 1 evade. That'll take all the shields off Ketsu.
And the red one does have extra munitions. Let's see if I can type.
And because of the block, that mobile firing arc's going to stay forward here right now on Ketsu.
So I think the
Not-
here is. Oh, sorry, no,
But I was going to say he doesn't have a whole lot of options, but go ahead.
I mean, I think Marcel does a hard left two with the silver one, and then Beryl is left to get the block. Ketsu's going to try to rat it with like a three right bank. So that'll get the block. That's my first thought.
Does that hard 2 fit without hitting the red jump master?
And then a hard right two with the other one to line up a shot on Ketsu. I think Ketsu's got to rat it with a 4 forward and just try to get some distance between her and this jump master.
Yep. Turn the rear firing arc backwards and
And pray.
yep. Definitely advantage Marcel in this match right now.
Have you just revealed?
They have Intel Agent. All
Got
three
it.
of them have Intel
So
Agent.
can you see it?
Looks like a hard,
It's a green.
maybe a hard 3.
It could be a 4 forward. 4 forward is green.
So is all the 3s.
It's true.
There's the hard 2 that you called Lyle.
So they're double checking to see if it fits or not on the
He's
other
not gonna-
side.
he's
I
not
don't think
gonna-
so though.
He's gonna bump the other one, yeah.
So he's going to stay put. It was a 4 straight, which Intel Agent found.
You know, here's the thing. He's gonna get the target lock. He's gonna be able to shoot. He does have engine, but if he goes into range 2, he's gonna get torqued. And if he stays in range 1, he's still getting 3 dice from both.
Still getting hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
He's about to get torqued again right now, right?
Yeah.
Ketsu does get the track team token.
A little bit.
Was that range 1 shot?
Yeah.
Oh, he only got 1 hit.
K4
No,
rolled it
target
for
lock. Those are those focuses.
2 crits coming in. Oh, it wasn't a track team token. That's right. It has to be out of
It
the.
has to be in the
Yeah.
mobile and the
yeah.
front. Yeah.
So
Range 1 shot first. Oh, so good. Is that a crit?
Yeah.
1 crit.
Major hull breach.
I'll keep trading you 2 for 3 all day.
Oh, and now the torques are coming?
Yeah, now the torques are coming.
He's cooked.
Unless that was range 1 as well.
I think it was range 1. So we have the range 1 shot from the other jump master,
Agromech.
and then spend the focus to get the
Boom,
target
3
lock back.
hits.
Yep.
Oh.
That takes Ketsu down to 3 hull.
Oof. Rough.
Jeremy's uphill battle just got a little steeper.
Those of you who are watching, is the audio early or late? Let us know.
You got magic powers. I really want to see how you fix it.
Ketsu.
Alright, so Ketsu probably got to dial in at 3 right. Problem with that is that her firing arc's pointing backwards, so she's going to be incentivized to do a 1 one bank or a 2 right bank, in which case she's going to get mauled by that jump master.
He's already decided that's why.
Good news is the other jump is starting to drift away from the fight.
Right.
But with the red one having one set of torpedoes left, I think that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. He just. Why didn't he do a 1-4 then?
Get as much distance as possible.
I guess he's trying to stay close.
And Ketsu still does have burnout slam, so one to maybe keep stay as close.
How much is on the jump without the
Full.
bases? I think it's full.
Oh no, 5-3 on the red. We have 3 shields left on the red jump master.
He does hit the rock. There you go. I just evened it up. I evened it up for you.
Some guy is quicker.
And he'll get the free target lock because of the K4 droid.
Did he move the arc?
And he's deciding. He's gonna. He cleared his critical damage with major hull breach. So he did not move his arc. It does not look like he's going to be able to shoot this round.
Yeah. Well, here's the question: clearing that crit, is that worth being able to get shot this turn right now?
And he does do the burnout slam.
Is that a burn slam or just a boost? Let's move this dice camera.
Oh, maybe it was just a boost.
I think it was just a boost.
So he PTL to clear the damage, the critical damage, and then boost.
Target locks. 2 hits in, 2 blanks.
Wow.
That's 1 hull left
hull
on
remaining
Ketsu.
on Ketsu. Probably does not have range with the other jump master.
Nope.
Even when he tries to get out of the arc, avoid the torpedoes, he still takes 2 more damage from just a lonely jump master.
They're good, man. They're a very good chassis. Even with the change, they're still formidable. You have to know how to fly them. And I think Marcel here is putting on a clinic on how to fly a jump master without the cheater way, right?
I foresee one more chance for Marcel to shine on the camera here with these jump masters.
I think he's going to be on the in the final here. Curious to see which matchup he got. What he's going to end up playing against.
We'll get an update from the other table after this round.
I mean, it's not. Is it over? No. I mean, but he only has to get 1 damage. Ketsu has no way to regenerate. It's gonna be a tough match.
Oh, you're shooting. Okay, in art, it's going to be right too. I thought you were.
Well, Tony Rocker Horror, I would argue with you in the sense that he has set up so you still have to fly it correctly. He blocked Jeremy's approach. He was able to acquire target lock focus on all his dice each time. The fact that there were no blanks had very little to do with just dice. I mean, he had fully modified shots almost every time. That's if you want to get damage into this game, that's what you have to do. So,
Sure, and to speak it from an odds perspective,
yeah.
He threw 9 dice in the first engagement. He did end up getting 9 hits.
Right.
But if you have fully modified dice with 8 dice,
right,
you should only get 1 miss on 8.
There you
so
go.
he is just slightly above. The
Slightly
odds.
above the curve, all right, but nothing ridiculous. Like, he should have only had 4 hits and there was 9.
Yeah.
A differential of 1 is nothing huge.
And that is not accounting for guidance ships as well, which you get from the torpedoes.
Yeah. Now here's this question, and of course all of our commentation is like right. You can play devil's advocate on both sides. Did Marcel win this game or did Jeremy lose this game?
I didn't see their first matchup, but from that brief interview we had with Jeremy before we started the game,
Right.
it sounds like his approach he took last time didn't work, and he changed his approach. I don't believe this approach is the one I would have recommended to Jeremy, especially my experience playing Jump Masters.
Right.
He wanted to joust, he wanted to go in, but it was the approach that he didn't use any of the rocks to his advantage.
Till he's ready to leave us.
Got a shield off.
I think that Jeremy's approach was not the approach to win this one.
I agree.
Here comes the attack.
Spending the focus.
And then he's going to
Using
re-roll
the
the
target
two
lock. Guidance chips.
for 3 hits.
3 hits.
He'll take
That's-
one more damage, and that'll end
the game.
Jeremy's run here at the Chicagoland Regional. Marcel will move on to our top table. We'll get an update from the other matchup here in just a few moments, but to talk about what happened, I don't think Jeremy's approach was the right one. I would be curious to see what his approach was in the Swiss rounds.
Yeah.
Marcel getting that early block on, really set the table. And being able to have 3 focused shots on the slaver. You'd asked me before which ship I would want to shoot first.
Mhm.
I thought it was a slaver. Marcel took down that slaver
Yep.
in 2 rounds of combat, and Ketsu was just reeling from that.
Yeah, I mean it was a squishy ship. There is 12 hull and shields there, but having 9 dice, being able to push that through all in range 1. I think the fact that it wasn't a bump on that forward 1 definitely put him behind. So we're gonna have here. We have to find out how's that other match going. We still have 44 minutes left in the round. Maybe I can try to turn the camera that way.
And might be tough.